Hey guys, welcome back to Phil Plays TCG. Today I want to go over the deck list that I am currently testing for the brand new Blue Goku leader released in Set 3 of Dragonball Super Fusion World, Raging Roar. This guy is, he's fun. Oh my god, like, after playing a bunch of games with him lately, he is just absolutely insanely fun to play. I absolutely love it. Hold on, we are gonna fix this camera here real quick. All right, we fixed that camera there real quick. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, we are talking about the new Goku leader, Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Deadku, Ripku, Haloku, all the different words and titles for this leader. I love him. It's the new, like I said, the new blue leader from Set 3. Basically, front side, draw on attack, awaken at 4 life, pretty standard stuff. The difference is that on his backside is where it gets spicy. This is the first leader that can now draw 2 on attack. So you draw 2, but then you take 1 card from your hand, any card from your hand, and put it back on top of your deck. This allows you to essentially cycle and go through more of your deck quicker to see your pieces that you need in order to deal with a particular issue that you're having. So I like to think of this leader as much more of a toolbox leader. So I love it. And it doesn't stop there. Its other abilities, if you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, you may tap 1 card in your battle area to give this card an additional 10k power during your opponent's turn. So essentially, it will give you a 10k buff for 1 attack. So as long as you have something on board that you don't care about keeping, as long as you have something on board that is in active mode, you can tap it down to give your leader a free 10k body. We will get to what is the best card for that, and some other options as well. As you can see here, I don't have the Alt Art leader, nor do I have the right gold marker. That is because both of those are on their way currently in the mail. Cannot wait to get those. But yeah, I love this leader so much. I love playing blue, and finally we get a blue Goku leader. It's sick. I love this. So we're gonna go over the deck profile here. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so start with the 1-drops here. We have 4 of our cantrips because obvious reasons. This card is great as a turn 1 play. Next, we have 4 Pilafs because Pilaf is the cycle king in blue. Basically, with the amount of cycling this deck can now do, it is just absolutely insane. Pilaf is still amazing. Without Pilaf, I think blue would take a severe hit, and we definitely don't want to see that. So Pilaf is just fantastic. The amount of combo power you can get out of it, you've been around here before. You know Pilaf. So right now I am currently testing the Gotenks package. So I'm running 3 of the Trunks Youth from the Star deck and 3 of the brand new Goten. I really like this card so far in testing because he's a 2-cost 15k body that on play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, you draw 1. So if you don't have a decent turn 2 play, like if you don't see the more desired turn 2 play, he's not awful, because at that point you're probably going to have 7 or fewer cards in hand, so he automatically replaces himself, and that's pretty much it. Like, hell, you can even combo with the card you just drew. And I don't know, like, I want to have 3 and 3 just because it helps with the ratios. I thought about running the Mighty Mask card. Spoiler alert, I don't run Mighty Mask. Just because I do like that draw power. I just want to be able to look through my deck quicker. Then I also run 2 Krillins. Let me see if I can move all this stuff to the side here. There we go. I run 2 Krillin. Now, you're probably thinking, like, why the hell are you running 2 Krillins? So I like Krillin because 1, he is a 2-cost Earthling, so he is cyclable with a card that I'm going to go over next. His ability is on play. If you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, this card and your leader get 5k power for the turn. So this becomes a 20k body, and your leader becomes a 20k body on its front side or a 25k body on its back side. So for 2 energy, you're getting a 20k swing and a 20k swing. I think that's really, really cool. Plus, it is cyclable with this next card here. and that is one of the MVPs of the deck now, and that is Videl. Oh man, Videl is just insane. It is a 2-cost 20k body that, when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, you may cycle a Earthling card from your discard, that's a non-Videl card, back to your hand. So, all of these cards that I've just shown off here on the top row, they're all targets of Videl. Like I said, I just wanted to be able to have most amount of, basically the most amount of cards I could recycle, and Krillin is just another great card to recycle because he's also a 10k body. Videl is just insane. You can combo these pieces off early on to defend your life. Play Videl, swing, you're going to get that card right back to your hand. It's insane. Your opponent's going to then take the time to get rid of your Videl, which you have a lot of 10k combo power. You can just protect it pretty easily. Your opponent's going to have to swing very big, wasting a lot of resources to get rid of this card. So I love Videl. It's amazing. The 0-cost combo is kind of unfortunate, but I think for the most part she makes up for it in her ability. Next, of course, we have the 3-cost Vegito. Vegito has become a staple since set 2. It's just an amazing card. You play it on curve, you're going to get rid of one of your opponent's cards with a cost of 1 or less back to the bottom of their deck. But its ability allows you to minus the cost of everything on your opponent's board by 1. So you can usually hit a 2-cost card. And it also sets up for the next card, which, like I said, the curve in this deck is absolutely insane. You play a Trunks on turn 1, you play Videl on turn 2, you play Vegito on turn 3, and then on turn 4, more than likely, you play the new Gohan SR. This card is cracked. Being a 30k body for 4, you get to bottom deck 2 of your opponent's battle cards at the cost of 3 or less. So, with that, your leader, this card now hits, in combination with Vegito, this now hits 4 costs. So if your opponent plays a wide board in any way, say goodbye to their cards. It's awesome. I absolutely love this combo, and like I said, the curve on this is insane. Being, Trunks 1, Videl 2, Vegito 3, Gohan 4. It just applies so much pressure. I love it. Continuing on with the 4 costs, we do run 2 of the skillless Great Saiyaman because it does help with the field card that we're going to look at later. And it's another 10k combo for the most part, but I just want to run it at 2 for now. That may change in the future. And like I probably should preface this could change in the future. This is just the list that I'm currently testing out right now. Next, we run 3 of the Gotenks. We mentioned earlier that we run the Gotenks package. I think Gotenks, at least for now, is a solid pick for this deck. It could very well just be like the first thing I cut, but being able to constantly recur that combo power in the Goten and Trunkses, and hell, even this 5-cost Trunks, it works. You want to see a very decent curve, and for the most part, you have a play for almost every turn. You have a lot of plays for every turn, so I just like it. I think for now, it's a solid pick. Next up, we run 2 of the Vegeta SR from the starter deck. Basically, this is our finisher card, or one of the later game cards we use. In combination with Vegito's ability, you're going to be able to hit a 5-cost, which bottom decks it, and you swing double. Solid stuff. Our other big hitter for the deck is, of course, the secret rare Vegito. I love this card in this deck. It's just, once again, combined with the 3-drop Vegito, you are hitting... you're bouncing a 6-cost back to your opponent's hand. I wish it was bottom decked, but I get why. And once again, it's just an amazing curve. Trunks, Videl, Vegito, Gohan, Vegito. Like, you get rid of 2 4-costs, and then you get to bounce a 6-cost back to hand. It's just so much pressure. You're ruining your opponent's tempo. It's wonderful. Next, I run, of course, our Lord and Savior, 3 of the Zeno cards. So, Zeno here is amazing because blue needs its oh shit button just in case things get a little crazy, but I also think he is a great target for the leader ability. Now, what I mean by that is You play it, you wipe the board. It wipes the board entirely. Fields, battle cards, all that stuff. Then you have this 20k body. You can either swing with the 20k body, or you can leave it in active mode. Because if your opponent attacks your leader, guess what? You now have a card that's going to be pretty hard to get rid of, because a lot of cards target lower cost cards. This being a 6 cost, it's going to be a lot harder to deal with. Unless you're playing red, red can just probably minus it to death. But for the most part, if you're playing black, green, or yellow, you can just, you know, leave this card active mode, tap it down, give your leader that free 10k boost. It's better than comboing it, because you just keep it on board, and then your opponent has to waste an attack getting rid of it. I think this card works very, very well. And next we have, of course, our 4 super combos of the deck, and that is Videl. I have a playset of Kais, and this is really just a filler. Like, this could be any super combo, because they're all the same, which I, once again, don't really like how they keep printing new super combos with new traits, but yet they all do the exact same thing. Eventually, I imagine we will be getting cards that have different skills on them, but we'll see for now. Next, we're talking about our high school. We run 3 of the Orange Star High. This is... I was running it at 4, but after playing it for a while, I was like, man, this is... I don't like seeing 4 of it, because it just clogs up the deck too much. I think 3 is perfectly fine, because you are cycling through your deck a lot in this deck, because of how many cards draw, and of course your leader ability to cycle. And you typically don't want to see this card until you're awakened anyway. If you see it on your turn 1, there's really nothing else to play. Like, if you don't get your cantrip, sure, play the field card. Not a lot of decks can get rid of field cards for the most part, so I think it's fair to play it early. But depends. If you see, if you play against Majin Buu, and more than likely they're going to run Pui Pui, don't play it. If your opponent's running black, be on the lookout that they could run the 3-drop Frieza that destroys a field card. And that's kind of it. And then of course blue could also blow it up with Zeno. So be careful when you play it. But basically, this card will act as your, your free combo once a turn with your leader ability. You'll be able to keep this untapped every turn. You'll tap it down, give your leader that 10k boost. But its other abilities, you may tap 2 and then discard this card. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play a 4-cost Satan City card from the top of your deck. From the top 3 onto the board. So your targets for this obviously are Videl, Gohan, Great Saiyaman. For the most part, you're never gonna want to play this for Videl, because you'd rather just pay the 2 to play her, because you have to pay 2 anyway. So it makes no sense. So really, your 2 main targets are the Gohan and Great Saiyaman. This ability doesn't come up too often, or at least it hasn't come up very much in my testing. I think it only came up in 1 game, but it's still an option. If you just needed a little extra power, you are going in for your last swing, tap 2, discard this, and you can play a bigger body, get rid of some bodies, or just, if you just need a vanilla swing, there you go. Now, of course, because this is an Earthling tag card, Pilaf can grab it, which makes it a really, really easily to recur. Yeah, it's just one of the staples of the deck. You need a card like that to always make sure your Goku is charged up. Next, we run, of course, 4 Gallic Gun. Oh, excuse me. We run 4 Gallic Gun because it's a staple in most blue decks, being a 1-cost 15k boost. And sometimes you may not have all the cards you want. Like, you may not have reasons to tap out your energy every turn. So it's good to have some defense. Being a 1-cost 15k that draws you 1, it's just more cycling, it's more defensive power. It's awesome. We all know Gallic Gun's amazing. And finally, I do run a single copy of Absolute Lightning for those matches with an opponent card that is way too big to get rid of. Primarily, this is the green card, basically my way out of green's big bodies, but I only run 1 of it because it's just, for the most part, I can get rid of lower cost bodies. It's just the bigger ones that are the issue. And when you play against green, this is still going to be a bit of a uphill battle, but Absolute Lightning really does help with that matchup. I just wish I could find more room to put more copies in. It's just, I don't want to have too many dead cards in this deck, and unfortunately there are quite a few cards that are just kind of dead on arrival if you draw them into your hand. The Gohan's Videl sadly are only are zero cost, or sorry, zero combo power cards, which I really don't like that. I wish they would have gotten at least a 5k, but it is what it is. I understand. Now, you also have the Vegetas that are zero cost. You have, so you're running at least 10 cards with zero cost combo that are battle cards. And then you have right here 8 extra cards that have no combo power if you don't have energy open, like, you know, Galagon's the only exception. So you still have to be pretty darn, careful with the way you play this, because if you don't cycle correctly, or if you don't like constantly think about like, okay, I need this card in my hand, I don't need this card in my hand, your hand can clog with a bunch of dead cards in hand. So it's okay to like put a Videl in energy, it's okay to put a Gohan in energy. But for the most part, this deck's ability to cycle your cards is so damn good. Being able to draw 2, put one of those back, like you could put an Absolute Lightning back if you're not going to use it. You could put your High School back if you're not going to be needing it that turn. Like, there's so many really cool things you can do with this deck. I'm having so much fun with it. I can't wait to get my Alt Art Leader and my gold marker that I got in the mail. I'm still going to be testing this. You're going to see some gameplay videos throughout this week with some guests like Jamaid, Tarmo Tim, and possibly we have verbal confirmation that we are going to attempt this in the future. We're going to get Universe X on this channel. Going to be playing some games, so stay tuned for those videos. But yeah, that is the profile here. Like I said, this is just the first iteration of the deck. Actually, probably like the third iteration of this deck that I've been testing, and it's been very fun to play. But obviously there will be things that need to get changed, and things that will change on the fly once I realize like what works, what doesn't work. But for now, I think this is a really good starting spot for this deck for those who are looking to play it. And, you know, at that point, you can kind of just figure out the best way to tweak it for your locals. I just think this deck is awesome. It's blue toolbox, and I love it. But hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you like the profile, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 2,000 subs, and we're only about 69, nice, away from hitting that goal. And that would be awesome to hit 2,000 subs before my birthday at the next Sunday. I would absolutely love that. But once again, thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.